Of course, that man wearing the number 7 shirt, here he comes, George Best, back from America to get everybody talking. Fulham unbeaten since they joined the side earlier in the season, in fact, and here with George Best is the Fulham side in operation today. In goal, Miller, a back four of Cutbush, Howe, Moore and Strong. Middle three of Slough, Evanson and Best. And then there's Barrett, Marsh and Mitchell with Bullivant, the substitute. But quite apart from George Best, what about the other fella there, Rodney Marsh, the other big attraction in the Fulham side? And not forgetting, indeed, the former England captain, Bobby Moore, as meticulous as ever and a big influence on the side. And what about the fella from Hereford, Terry Payne? Don't forget him, more than 800 league games, still going strong at 37, although maybe striker Dixie McNeil will be Fulham's biggest danger on the day. And in fact, he lines up in this Hereford team. Charlton in goal. Tyler playing only his second game in the back four. Leighton, Galley and Burrows. A middle three of Carter, Payne and Lindsay, spiring Davy and McNeil with Sheedy, the 16-year-old substitute. The referee today at Craven Cottage is Alan Robinson from Waterlooville, and the crowd of 18,000 now settle down for a great afternoon.
So Hereford get us away, attacking the goal to our left, red shirts with white shorts, red stockings, with Fulham in their customary white with black shorts. The first time these two sides have ever met in a league game, considering that it was only in 1972 that Hereford got elected out of the Southern League into the Football League, and what tremendous strides they've made since then. And here's one man, in fact, on the ball, John Leighton, who was away with them back in those Southern League days, and chance may be coming through for Steve Davey, but just knocked away by Les Strong at the last moment. Towards Best, winning it well in the air, nodding it on again for Mitchell, and Mitchell in turn finding Les Barrett. Oh, and a good save. Can Best get there first before Galley? Well, he made a tremendous effort too, and very nearly produced something for Fulham again. Barrett there coming through, the shot pushed out by the young goalkeeper, and Best just unable to turn it in. Cutbush and Slough. Free kick to Fulham with Cutbush. Here's Best again. Oh, he's got a bit of a gap there to get it onto his left foot, just wide. Very interesting, really. He took it so well, and Hereford was said to be trying to get him onto his left foot. They think he's more dangerous on his right. Well, he showed a couple of times already that he can be pretty dangerous with that left foot. That one just going wide of the Hereford post. Mitchell setting a little dummy. Slough going through. That's the goal by Alan Slough. Gone, and the goal that Fulham richly deserved. Played with a good deal of skill on the edge of that box. A nice dummy by Mitchell was a part of it, and the ball eventually coming back at exactly the right angle for Slough. Past Charlton into the net. So Fulham 1, Hereford 0, and it's the Fulham skipper who's given his side that lead. Tyler. And Lindsay now to Burrows. Oh, a bit of space there for Davy. He's gone through them. Is this the equaliser? Good save by Peter Miller. Well, he turned superbly on that, Steve Davy. An equaliser looked odds on until Peter Miller made a very good save indeed, coming exactly the right height for him to palm it away. So Payne with the corner for Hereford. Oh, under that crossbar, and Miller, well, he was under a bit of pressure. His handling wasn't too secure there. Lindsay with the corner. And a fist away by Miller. Helped on its way by Mitchell. Only Marsh is up. Galley returning it now. Payne went right down. And Cutbush now to Best. Space ahead of him. Terry Payne coming back as hard as he can. Payne still after him. Still Best going on. Tripped. Free kick. Fulham quickly getting on with the game. The ball with Marsh. A touch now for Cutbush. Hit low there. And it'll come now for Evanson. Oh, a tremendous goal. 2-0. Well, the virtue of a quickly taken free kick. And Fulham quickly advanced down that right touchline, catching Hereford on the wrong foot. The ball hit accurately low across the goal mouth. finding Evanson on the far side. Back of the net, 2-0. John Everson's first goal for his club, Fulham. Burrows finding Terry Payne. Half an hour gone, Fulham leading by 2-0. Dudley Tyler taking it up now for Hereford. Oh, and that might just squeeze in. Dixie McNeil so close to pulling one back for Hereford. And that is where the man is so dangerous. 36 goals last season, 8 already this season. As that long cross came in, he got in behind the defence and just managed to knock it against the post. Now Davey. Look who's coming back. Slough covering well there for Fulham. Davey to Lindsay, good play there, and just a little too high, an own goal by Ernie Howe. Well, that puts Hereford right back in it. Good piece of play down the left by Hereford. A cross that really presented a little bit of danger because it was curling awkwardly. Howe intended to head it wide. Instead, put it neatly behind Miller into the back of the Fulham net. Fulham 2, Hereford 1, an own goal by Ernie Howe. It's not beyond them to pick up an equaliser in the seconds that remain before half-time. Certainly looked a more purposeful side in the last 10 minutes of this half of Hereford. As we go into injury time now at the end of the first half. Well, there goes the half-time whistle. Not a bad first half for Fulham, and in fact it wasn't what they're calling the roadshow of Marsh and Best that have put Fulham on the way. In fact, it was skipper Alan Slough who got their first goal, John Evanson, the number 8, who got the second one. And then, of course, it was the own goal by Ernie Howe that has put Hereford back in the game. Well, there is the famous cottage then, as we have a half-time score here. Fulham 2, Hereford 1. We'll be right back with the second half.
Oh, that's another great cross.
Welcome back to Craven Cottage then, as it's Fulham now attacking the goal to our left, who get this second half away. Fulham leading by 2-1. Here's Cutbush for them. Barrett. And now Mitchell. Getting his place in the side because of the transfer of Viv Busby to Norwich City. Here's Cutbush. Lindsay going with him, and he did well there, Cutbush, to get that in. But now Lindsay. Best beaten by Lindsay. Played inside for Terry Payne. Carter's made a break down the right. Here's Spiring. That who's got a very heavy cold. Feeling a little under the weather. Oh, but strong enough to bring down Marsh. Referee coming across grim face towards Peter Spiring. And a free kick to Fulham. And here's Bobby Moore. Evanson. Long drive again. Oh, nearly knocked the head of a photographer there. Kept that down beautifully. A few bruises. I wonder if he got a shot of it. Tyler. Spiring. Oh, a little dummy there. Oh, and he's nothing given. Well, I must say that seemed a pretty harsh old decision to me. Looked to me that I've seen penalties given for fouls like that many times in Hereford, and Spiring in particular a little aggrieved that they didn't get one there. Well, I think Fulham were very lucky indeed there. Best. That's the best. Oh my goodness, he hit the post. Well, they are asking it. For weeks they've been asking it. Can he ever be as good as he was? And a lot of people say, no, that can never happen. But in that moment then, he showed that he's going to get mighty close to it. A lovely shimmy by George Best. A tremendous shot against the post. And here he is again. A little touch this time to Strong. The crowd still buzzing with that tremendous effort by George Best. Evanson. Well, that'll squeeze through until in the end Charlton was pouncing on it. There's Strong for Fulham. Best. Oh, what a ball there by Best to Marsh. And a beautiful save by Charlton. He very nearly lost it. Marsh jumping all over Burrows. What a ball by Best. A great shot by Marsh. A superb save by young Kevin Charlton. And it remains 2-1 to Fulham. Nice jump by Mitchell. Marsh there to collect. Well, he wrong-footed them all there. And a lovely ball for Best. Now can he do the same? Onto the right foot. Mitchell on the far post. Marsh with the header. A great shot there as Marsh and Best congratulate each other, and Slough joins in the celebrations. It was Best supreme on that left touchline. Got it onto the left foot in the end. A long cross. Mitchell up beautifully at the far post, and the rest was a formality for Rodney Marsh. Fulham then going into a 3-1 lead with 20 minutes to go. John Sillett laying back there shouting. The man who's taken Hereford from the 3rd division into the 2nd is finding it tougher going now in the 2nd. Now it's John Evanson for Fulham. Played inside for Marsh. Looking around, seeing who he can pick up. Decides to go one in. Oh my goodness, what a goal! Oh, what a tremendous goal by Marsh. Well, Hereford can only look stunned as Rodney Marsh does it again. Looking around to see who he can pick up, decides he's going to pick up the far corner of the Hereford net and hits it with tremendous power. 4-1. And Rodney Marsh is second. 2 goals in a matter of 3 minutes for him. Now McNeil crossing it in again, spiring with the header just over the Fulham crossbar, and a goal kick. Spiring. Oh, this might come now. For Spiring, right through there, and a corner given. Terry Payne cruising across there. Some young supporters there in the corner. Looks like a teddy bear and all. Moore heading that one away. And now Marsh and Best are up. Best inside his own half. Marsh brought down. And Best on his way. Now he's got Tyler to beat. Oh, and in the end, Burrows came up so quickly to dispossess him. And Marsh remonstrating with the referee that he was bowled over away in his own half. Crowd are booing. They didn't like the challenge on Marsh. They may not have liked the challenge on Best. But a corner is what Fulham have got. Just hadn't got that little finishing whip over the last 10 yards of that run, George Best. Well, they were very slow there. And this might come now for Ernie Howe. No! Slough, no! Well, again, Hereford Hereford were almost caught out by the speed with which Fulham take their free kicks, or their corners in that case, bobbing about there, and bobbing about some more, until Slough put it wide. That'll fall for Marsh, killed in one movement. Finds John Evanson. Tremendous worker for Fulham in the middle of the field. Here's Marsh. Evanson, the sort of player who makes the right sort of balance for the rather extravagant skills from time to time of Rodney Marsh. And here's another great break by Fulham. It's Strong going all the way in, and he hits the post. Very nearly number 5. And a corner instead of a goal. A great smile there from Les Strong. And no wonder after he wriggled his way through, only to whack it against the post. And there is Steve Davey, the injured player who went off for Hereford with a cracked cheekbone. Barrett. Well, he's been pretty withdrawn in the second half. Now he's adventuring forward. Lays it back for Cutbush. Good play by Slough. And a wonderful game. Mitchell played on again for Les Barrett. Mitchell again. Slough again. Oh, and he hit the crossbar when Charlton had given it up for lost. Great to see so many smiles here at Fulham, even though there's disappointment there. A really tremendous shot by Slough, beating the goalkeeper and off the crossbar. Spiring. Strong and our best. Hurdled beautifully over Tyler. Took it off Rodney Marsh. Marsh coming back to tackle him. Well, you can do that when you're 4-1 up. Here's Mitchell. Free kick right on the edge of the box, given away by Galley, who's had a fairly rumbustious afternoon, this big number 5 of Hereford. Another smile. And they're cooking up something. Well, the goalie will want a clear view of this. You can take my word for it. Best and Marsh will be cooking up something. And it almost came off in an unexpected way. Lobbed up by Best. Hit by Marsh. In fact, there was a handball before it came to Ernie Howe. As it was lobbed up, it was handled, and a free kick. Either that or that it wasn't a fair free kick. The ball didn't go the full circumference. Lindsay. We've about 4 minutes left. Here's Best again, from that pass by Marsh. Played on now for Mitchell. Marsh and Best are right up there. Curled it just wide. That was John Mitchell turning on the style a little bit. Took that run away on the left there. Ignored Marsh and Best, who'd gone into the middle. And curled one Marsh style, but curled it just wide. Mitchell. Best again. Now taking on Burrows. There's Best. Oh, and saved by Charlton, and saved well. Well, Best showing a lot of skill and an explosive finishing shot, and that in the very last minute of the game, but saved by Charlton. It's with George Best. That's the second nutmeg I've seen him produce in this game, that time through the legs of Roy Carter. Well, Rodney Marsh is the hero of the second half with George Best. And Fulham are worthy winners by 4 goals to 1. And in the second half, you suspect it could have been 6 or 7. There are so many smiles about the place at Craven Cottage, and it's easy to see why people are delighted to come back here and enjoy themselves on a Saturday afternoon to watch the skills of players like Marsh and Best, and the rest of the Fulham team as well. They've thoroughly deserved their win today, and they've given a lot of pleasure to a lot of people as well. The crowd are still standing there applauding these two teams off the field. The final scoreline then at Craven Cottage: Fulham 4, Hereford 1.
Well, you can see what I mean. A really breathtaking game, but of course it takes two sides to make a great game like that, and Hereford played their part as well. Worth adding to, of course, that Fulham are much more than a 2- or 3-man team, remembering the great work of players like Alan Slough and John Evanson, Les Strong, Johnny Cutbush, and in spite of the own goal, Ernie Howe. But there are two men, of course, they all come to see, Rodney Marsh and George Best. What was their reaction to it all?
Yeah, it was tremendous, great, you know, especially for the fans. And I think it was nice for Fulham and, you know, for ourselves that the cameras were here as well. I think anyone going away after seeing that, they think either Rodney or I aren't serious about our football. You know, they've got to believe it now.
Would you say the same, Rod?
Well, from my point of view, I just really enjoyed the game. It's probably the most enjoyable game I've ever played in my life.
Really? What made it that?
Well, for a start, the crowd got behind us in the second half after we scored the third goal, the header. And from then it just carried the game, just carried on a sort of a crest of a wave. It was really great to play in.
What was your game, though, tackling each other just before the end?
Well, the question is, he's been ignoring me, you see, and with his passing. I keep passing to him, he doesn't pass back to me. And the only way I can get off is to tackle him. Yeah. No, it's all good fun, Brian. You know. I mean, he was winning the game 4-1. It's a little bit of entertainment, I suppose.
The thing I was saying earlier was there were so many smiles out there. I mean, you were obviously enjoying it. Do you think there's too much fun has gone out of the game overall in our leagues, Rod?
Well, I haven't changed my attitude towards the game since I've been playing. I always enjoy my football and I always see the funny side of situations. You know, and I'll carry on doing that. But there aren't that many people like you. Well, I don't know, because today everybody seemed to be enjoying it, you know. Even their side were enjoying it, and I don't think there was one dirty tackle in the whole of the game. I couldn't be sure about that, but there seems to be no really vicious tackling. I wish I could always see as many smiles on a Saturday afternoon. I mean, you see a hell of a lot of grim faces up and down the leagues, don't you?
Yeah. Well, the game's all about entertainment, isn't it? I mean, that's the whole thing. You know, you want people to go away from the games happy.
Do you get inspired by this fella? Does he sort of G you up and make you pull out all the stops?
Oh yeah, we try to outdo each other.
Truly, I mean, is there any sort of personal, I mean, in the pleasant way, a battle between you to try and outdo each other?
Well, no, not really. I mean, we go out, have lunch together, go out and have a drink after the game together, and we talk about the game. You know, I think we both love it, both enjoy playing in it. And I mean, I don't care if Rodney scores 3 goals every week, and I don't score, as long as Fulham are winning.
In fact, I was trying to make one for him at the end there. I should have scored myself, but I tried to lay one on for him. So last time I do it as well.
In the end, John Evanson, I think, lasted over the top.
That's right, yeah.
What do you feel about Fulham now, Rodney? I mean, it's a long time since you played for them. Do you feel that they're a side going places and a club going places?
Well, to be honest with you, Brian, I think that Bobby Campbell is making a big difference to this club. He's getting us organised, he's getting the team organised, and we play a system, we play a 4-4-2 system that is very awkward to play in, particularly when we've got the players that we have. And it's getting George and I to fill in the gaps, the spaces, when the attack breaks down, you know, which isn't easy to get 2 players that are committed totally to go forward to do this, you know, and I think he's getting us doing this. And I think Bobby Campbell's doing a tremendous job here. Well, you made the first goal, really, for Rodney, didn't you? Rodney's first goal, the Fulham third one, although John Mitchell got up very well at the far post.
Yeah, well, I think it was my 3rd attempt to cross it with my left foot, so I mean, sooner or later one's got to be right. And John Mitchell got up very well, nodded across, and Rod nodded it in. But Rod's second goal was
He mishit it, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what the game's all about, seeing them going.
That was a beautiful goal, though.
I was very pleased, yeah. I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime goal, actually, Brian.
Played inside for Marsh. Looking around, seeing who he can pick up. Decides to kill one in. Oh, my goodness, what a goal! Oh, what a tremendous goal by Marsh!
You may try to do that 25, 30 times a season, you know. But when they go in like that, there's nothing you can say about it. Yeah, it's just brilliant.
I tell you what, there's been smiles all afternoon. It's nice to finish on a big smile from Rodney and from George, and thank you for all the pleasure they've given everybody, if not to Hereford fans this afternoon. Thanks a lot.